Hey everyone, welcome to the Fargo 3D Printing Podcast today. I have fuzzies going all over me. We're going to talk about the Minneapolis trip.
It's between you and whatever.
We're going to talk about the Minneapolis trip that Paulie and I went on, that John stayed home from.
I don't even think we named it yet.
We never did.
I think I was thinking like
we haven't named it yet. It's already happened.
The Midwest tour, the Twin City tour. That sounds like TCT.
Midwest Extruder.
City's Quest.
Extrude this. You said that. I said the Extruder tour.
Extrude that city.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
they'll come up eventually.
So we went to you've been to 3D Printing LA, so they're in a different spot now.
Yeah.
And they have, and we've actually seen the SLS running. In the interview, it's actually not running. It just had parts that he had to sit. I didn't know.
But it looks massive when it's open.
There's a picture of me standing next to it.
It looks like the size of, it's about as tall as a double wide, which I guess doesn't matter because that's the width, but it looks like a trailer. Like something you'd tow behind your car. We should probably do like a quick overview of just which places we went. The first one we went to was Brian Glur's house. He does Power Up Props with a couple of other guys whose names I can't recall. I believe it's 3 guys. They do gaming, they do Let's Plays, they do prop making. Post-processing is their big thing, which is of interest to me. Not that I like post-processing, but I like that someone else is documenting it.
Good at it. And
yeah, very good.
So we went to his apartment. It ended up being in his hallway. So it means you can do this stuff anywhere. It was just in the hallway of his apartment.
Yeah, and the apartment was no wider than like this table. It felt like. So, and then he just got his Prusa.
Yeah, yesterday or the day before?
The day before. So he had that running, I think biome material, and he was really excited about that. So it's going to be interesting to see. Follow his page. He should have more stuff about the Prusa. And it'll be interesting to have his take kind of versus our take on the whole thing.
Yeah, because up to now, he's just been working with the Lulzbot Mini.
Lulzbot Mini and
Maker Select V2. He just got that.
Okay.
No, Plus.
Oh,
Plus.
yep. No, sorry, you're right. Yep. And he did the upgrades with it, like with the rails for alignment or for stability.
Z-axis stability.
Yeah, and he did it in orange, so it looked like a Prusa. So that was kind of cool. But he said he really likes the Maker Select. Said he was surprised because I don't know how much that one costs. But the cheaper ones are about
$500.
Okay, the cheaper ones are about $250 or $300, right?
Yeah, and Monoprice is coming out with their Delta and whatnot. Right around now.
So their Delta, interesting thing, they're actually launching that through Indiegogo. So it was supposed to be shipping around this point. Now shipping's been pushed back till August. And they have, for whatever reason, they're taking pre-orders through Indiegogo. Now I've heard a couple reasons for why they're doing this. One, even though Indiegogo takes a 5% cut, that's still less expensive than them trying to set up their own website to take pre-orders, deal with the credit card processing, because credit card processors don't like you to accept payment for things more than 30 days or more than 60 days before it's actually going to ship. It just causes a lot of issues. It's just, they're kind of having Indiegogo handle all the administrative side of things, and it makes life simpler for them. Yeah,
I have used Indiegogo before. I think if you don't make your goal on some of those things, which I guess I'm not sure how they have their
set up.
They have
it set up as a flexible funding, but I mean, they've blown past their goals.
Yeah, okay, that's good. The only thing with flexible funding is I think they take a deeper cut if you don't make your goal, but if you make your goal, then you're fine. But if flexible funding, if you guys don't know, if you don't make your goal, you get whatever money you get, after they take their 9% cut or whatever it might be.
You tend, because of that, you tend to see more creative projects on Indiegogo, like arts type projects, than you do more product type products.
Like a GoFundMe style thing where people are raising money for insert costs.
Yeah, so anyway, that Delta printer, so back to, got off on that tangent.
Brian Glur's, though, we went there first. The next morning, we went to
Next Labs.
And
we looked at their rapid shape machines. Nice little tiny machines.
Those are DLP machines?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Very high-end DLP machines. Nice little machine.
Office friendly,
I would say. I would like with any 3D printing, I would still have it in another room. Yeah. Even with FDM and all of them, I would still have it in another room just so you can keep it separate from everything else.
The resins aren't especially noxious, but you just don't want it near like a microwave, anything flammable, because they had a lot of isopropyl alcohol in there as well.
Yeah, for rinsing prints off.
They had a lot. They had,
it was like pretty much what you go through
with the Form Labs.
With the Form Labs. Then after that, we went to Me 3D.
Yeah, that is the Mall of America. It is I don't remember what floor, probably second floor, but
third, I think.
I don't remember.
It's
but
the third.
They do body scanning. I guess just they have a big scanner set up. So I misunderstood how it worked the first time I went there, but I'd say it's like a 10 or 15 foot diameter circle. So there are projectors and there are a bunch of cameras. So the cameras are in the posts. I can probably have some pictures here, but the cameras are in the posts. I think I don't remember. There were a lot of cameras. He says it in the interview. But then the projectors project patterns like really fast. It was under 3 seconds, which I thought I pretty much missed it.
I was thinking about the ones that we always saw at the trade show where they spin around you.
Is that what this is, or
No. You just walk. Everything's stationary, and you
Stand
walk
still.
in. And it shoots you.
Okay.
Stand still, look at the star, or whatever thing they
Be
want you to look
blinded,
at,
and then go for it.
Yeah, but then the projector puts lines down like it's pretty much like
Grid's kind of a grid. So
yeah,
that
it does
do, like,
grids,
some surface mapping.
It does lines this way, smaller. It takes like a bunch of pictures, and then takes a picture with the grid and without for making the texture map, making the textures line up later. But then we did get a chance to check out their production area. They'd prefer we didn't shoot in there, and that was fine. But we did get to see their printers. I forgot which ones they had, but
I don't remember.
we probably shouldn't say anyway. But
I can't remember off the top of their head.
Probably 3D systems.
yeah,
ColorJet,
I think they were 3D systems
of
machines,
various
but,
models.
yeah, and then they've done scans of celebrities and stuff before. They couldn't say most of them just because they didn't have the proper paperwork to do so. But they did have a Kevin Garnett in there, like the 2D to 3D kind of thing. So that was kind of cool. And they can take pictures if you have if you have a character you made and have front, side, and some perspective stuff. They could have a 3D artist recreate that for you. So that was pretty interesting.
And then the next day we went to 3D Printing Ally. That's where we saw the big SLS machine. We saw the Stratasys FDM machine. We saw SLA machines. And it was just cool to see the different processes and how they kind of fit into their market and kind of how they got started with all of it. I mean, I didn't know this, but he started off in Kansas, I believe. And
I didn't know that either.
Like he started with FDM, and then he got into the rest of it.
I think he mentioned it a couple times. I think he had a separate job in Kansas, and then he kept saying how
started with a MakerBot.
He was thankful that he got fired from whatever job it was.
Thankfully got laid off or whatever.
Yeah, and then I think he just decided, well, I know about 3D printing now. Let's see if we can make a go of it, and he looks like he's doing okay.
And in their old space, and John and I have been in their old space, there's actually the 3D printed urns are in there.
Okay.
And we went over there to stop by to try and get like a 5-minute interview, but they were on a phone call.
They were on a phone call. They weren't really set up yet. They just moved in, fresh paint smell and everything.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And we thought she was done on the phone, but I think she's one of the people that like every sentence that she ends,
I'll get onto that. Yep. Yeah, next thing. It was like that for about 10 separate things. Like, okay.
It was like for like 5 minutes. We're like, well, we need to get going back. So we didn't get time to stop at Stacker 3D.
No.
We did run over to a Micro Center, and that was, if you guys shop at a Micro Center for 3D printer filament, you need like a map to figure out where everything's at.
Yeah, it was a little
and you have to dig
unorganized.
because there's like stuff behind stuff, and it's not really
They have a lot
organized.
of, is it Inland?
Inland is their own brand, but
they had a lot of that. That was well organized. Everything else was a little bit. I think we had like there was a pile of stuff, and then we like touched something, and then
we were like, oh, what's under here? And then like everything pretty much fell on the floor.
It was But I like Micro Center. I actually went back to Minneapolis the next week, and just for fun. And I can't
remember the guy's name on the thing.
It was like a biblical name, and it was spelled differently than I would expect. It was like Lazarus or something like that. Yeah.
But if you're in the Minneapolis one, clean up the area so it looks a little bit more organized.
No, I'm surprised they had their name on that one. I typically like Micro Center. That was a little disappointing, but I did go back, and the Lulzbot was printing when I came back, so that was kind of nice to see. Like, oh, they're actually, it's not like XYZ at Best Buy where it's just like,
yeah, it's running a predetermined code.
It's something you think they'd at least have the model not done because the top is finished, and it was like, oh, come on, guys, it's a done print with just a flat top. Like, looks like it's not done, but it is, because I know most people don't know, and I like walk over like, hey, what you looking around?
Yeah, or the salesperson will walk up. Hey, have you ever had a 3D printer? I'm like, we have 27.
Yeah. No, they do. No one at our Best Buy knows.
Yes.
So yeah, Minneapolis tour was. I'd say it was a success. We also talked to NatureWorks.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
We talked to.
Sorry, Dan.
We talked to Deepak. We talked to Deepak of NatureWorks
about them.
You're gonna get a phone call now.
Talked to them, and I talked to him, and he talked about the uses of PLA other than 3D printing, which 3D printing is probably 1% of 1%.
Yeah,
or something like
I'd
that.
say, yeah, because Dan, I think, is like he does the new emerging markets, and 3D printing is still, for them as a materials company, it's still an emerging market. I mean, it's a more serious emerging market. So it's interesting because I didn't really know what PLA was used for outside of 3D printing.
Yeah, a lot of things.
I mean,
toys.
3D printing was the only way I'd ever heard of PLA.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff in foods. So not stuff from 3D printing because it's hard to get
packaging.
Yeah, FDA doesn't like things going through hot metal extruders that you just can't keep it clean enough. But
and John, I think we're gonna wrap up because I know John has
a little bit of a
John
short
has a meeting
timeline
to go, and I have some other meetings that I have to get to as well. So. Anything else you guys want to add?
I'm just very quickly going to run through this because it is an interesting story.
I found this morning. TheAtlantic.com. This is actually a year-old story, which I guess September 2016, but I just saw it this morning. Thought it was cool. It said a health benefit of roller coasters, and it said something about stones. It was like a clickbaity article that said stones are coming out of people's bodies and we don't know why, kind of thing. Turns out it's kidney stones. This guy was realizing that just from word of mouth.
Turning into a golem slowly.
The thing from Neverending Story. This guy was hearing anecdotal stories. I guess he was hearing anecdotally that people were having less. They were losing kidney stones after going on roller coasters. Just things move around.
Yep.
Kidney stone passes. So he did some scientific-ish
Basically
testing.
what they did is they used 3D printing to 3D print an artificial kidney, or like not a functioning kidney, but to so that they could analyze how these stones are moving around.
Yep.
And so they did a couple of that. They put basically a mixture of kidney stones and urine inside of this, and then they rode with it on a roller coaster.
They went to I forget the name of the roller coaster, but something at Disney, and they talked to the guy at Disney, like at the door, and the guy said, "Oh, I just had a kidney stone, like." Do what you need to do, and then they got it worked out. So
I don't know. That's kind of what we got.
It was quick. We'll share that one out. But also, I made a bootleg T-shirt. So if anybody wants some of these, I might do a short run of these. So
I don't know. You better have the Creative Commons license displayed at the bottom.
It's
I know,
it's on the inside tag.
I'm not worried about it.
No, I didn't put it anywhere.
I'm really not worried about it. But
well,
I don't know. Anything else, you guys?
I got nothing else.
That was the fast one.
Today.
All right. Well. On behalf of all of us at Fargo 3D Printing, myself, John Schneider, Eric Faldy, Jay Clark, I want to thank you for watching, listening, however you're consuming this media.
We are going to try to start doing Facebook Lives of this. It's not going to be the most polished thing, but we're looking into it if anybody's interested, or just for like when we're doing unpacking, like nice Facebook Live off the desktop, not off the phone. So
yeah. So keep an eye out for that, but we will catch you next time. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Am I relatively in frame there? I can't see right there.
You're right on the edge.
You should scoot closer to him.
Yeah.
Like more. Like pretend.
Hey!
Pretend you're at the aquarium.
What?
I don't know what that means either.
Aquarium means that you're packed in
A
like
school of
certain-
fish. That's like
like the aquarium here in town. The
have
concert hall.
Oh.